Hello and welcome back to HardReset's Quick Godot. Today I'll show you how to add UI sounds into your game. Let's begin! Okay, so as a tool context, I will heavily based on my on-hover animation system, which basically is a system that I can plug this node into like every single UI element, and it will have a little animation, and after this video, a sound as well. Now, I will show you like general practice of doing sounds, but if you want to copy this specific system with on-hover animation, you can always watch my tutorial for animating UI. But anyway, without further ado, we want to get ourselves a way of playing the audio in the first place. So we can add and we can search for audio, and you might think that we want to go into AudioStreamPlayer 2D, but actually you can just go into our typical StreamPlayer, which is something that plays an audio non-positionally, and it's ideal for user interfaces, which is exactly what we need. So let's go into Create. And in here we have few things. We could set up this manually, but I'm not really a big fan of it. Instead, I will use my on-hover animation to set up the stream value. But the only thing I will change here is the name. So let's go into on-hover audio. Or you can name it like on-hover effect or something. And I will change bus from master to effects, so we can be a little bit consistent with that. Okay, so now let's go into our script. Inside our on-hover script, we'll add only one export variable. Yes. So export variable, and let's call it hover audio, and it will be of type AudioStream. And by default, we could leave it empty, but this would mean that we would have to drag and drop some sound from our gallery. So I will make a preload by default. And let's preload this little sound here. If you're wondering, I got this from Kenny UI pack. You can always switch kenny.com. No, not .com. You can just search for Kenny assets and you will see a very big library of free assets. The guy is amazing. They create amazing stuff, really. So we have this effect. If we go into our on-hover, we can see that our hover audio is already ready to be used. We also want to have an on-ready variable for our on-hover audio. We can call this section audio. And we can call this section actually animation. And now let's actually get this to play. So first of all, we want to go into hover on. And actually, before doing anything, we need to make sure that on hover audio, which is right here, that the stream is actually not empty. So inside our ready function, when we set some very must-have things, we can go here and we can go into on hover audio .stream, and we can set it to hover audio, which is this. And after that, we can, I guess, just play the audio. So let's go into on-hover audio. And let's just go into .play. Okay, and now if we go into our game, we can see that we have a little thing here. And if we go here, everything that also has our things have this sound. But there is a simple problem. Every single time, this is same. Almost every single time this is exactly the same. So let's change that, because hearing the same sound over and over again can be a little bit tiring. Now there are two main ways of doing that. You could have a separate audio files, and instead of creating hover audio of AudioStream, you would actually want to create an array 2D or just array of type AudioStream. And then the first one would be the preloading, and you could pick a random one. But I don't really have that much cool sounding sounds. So instead, I will go and change the pitch, which is, as you can see here, the pitch scale, which we can lower or down. We can make it lower or bigger on few values. So let's go. And actually, I'm going to do a separate function. Let's call this func play sound. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want my code to be pretty clean. So we can put our on-hover audio here, and we can instead go into play sound. And before we play the sound, Let's put, oh, we don't want that. And before we play the sound, we want to go into our on-hover audio. So on-hover, oh, that is, what is it? Intent in class body. What is going on? Play sound. What? I have no idea what happened here. We want to create a new function. Okay, called play sound. Pass. Okay, I have no idea what happened there, to be honest. But I want to go into our on-hover audio dot pitch scale. And as you can see, the pitch scale can be a little bit up and down. We don't want to change it so much. We can only change it by, for example, adding to it rand f value from range. And let's say we want to have a negative 0.9 into 0.1 to positive 0.1. So our pitch scale can be, for example, 0.9 or 1.1. Of course, we can bump this value if we want to, but I don't think it is really needed. And now we want to go into on-hover audio, and we can play the audio. So now if we go here, the audio is slightly different and is not really the same every single time we do that. Of course, if you do this, it can be a little bit tiring, but basically, this is really all you need. And as I said before, you don't really need that on-hover animation. You can always just change this to on-hover audio, and you could totally do a separate like on-hover audio function. So every single button would have on-hover animation and on-hover audio, which could be interesting. But instead, I think a general idea is to actually change this to just on-hover. And for example, you can make an export variable, like we can have an export category, config, for example. Let's put it on the top of our things. And we could have, for example, export var with animation, or animation on. Oh, with animation actually was pretty good. With animation type boolean, by default true. And export var with sound, also boolean, also by default true. And you can make it so we can disable this. So our play sound only works when we if with sound is true, then we only play sound there. So if we disable the sound, for example, on our settings, settings are here. So if for any reason we want to get rid of the sounds, we can just do this, and now we don't hear anything. This is a nice modular system, and I really, really like it. But anyway, this quick Godot is already way too long, but I now hope that you can like combine and create your own modular systems that you can just drag and drop into whatever in-game UI you want, which I believe is a pretty cool thing to do. And I think that this is all for this tutorial. If you found it useful, like I'm pretty sure you can probably leave a nice comment and also a like under this video. And as always, good luck on your game dev journey. See you next time.